Hi. You are my family. So it's really hard to be standing here because, oh, sorry. You are my family. Maybe it was better I wasn't mic'd. So I'm so humbled to be standing here because you are all the people that I strive to be more like. So thank you, Ira Jo, for the warm introduction, and thank you for all my friends here who have changed my life. Okay, that sounded like really weird, but I'm gonna keep going. And I'd also like to say that this is a very good ship. Thank you, Mary Jo, I keep saying Joyce. But she made me a corsage with a chip and dip, and you can ask her what that means. It's really weird, but that's why I love this place, because it's weird. Okay, so I'm humbled to be honored by you, and thank you for everybody here, the committee who has done all that they've done. I know what it's like to put together an event like this. My introduction to RVNAhealth began 17 years ago, not because I was in need of bandages or therapy. At the time, I was caught in a whirlwind of raising 3 young children, energetic, balancing the endless demands of family and daily life. And between play dates and soccer practices and juggling the act of just being a mother, I often thought about doing something beyond my family responsibilities. But I just didn't do anything to change that. And unbeknownst to me, someone walked into my life and made that all different. And I'm gonna include a quote right now from Larry Bossidy from Execution, the Art of the Deal, because this is sort of where I stand with this, because this is what happened to me. You don't think your way into a new way of acting, you act your way into a new way of thinking. So think about that. You don't think your way into a new way of acting, you act your way into a new way of thinking. And that happened to me when an RVNA supporter, Donna Warren, walked into my life in the most unexpected way. We first met during a membership interview for right here, Silver Spring Country Club. We were looking to be members. And not long after we were admitted, she invited me to meet her for coffee. Over lattes at Starbucks, and that's actually exactly what happened, she posed a simple question: would I consider being a friendly visitor with RVNAhealth? So she went on to explain, because I was perplexed, not knowing even what RVNAhealth was or did, that the program was designed to bring joy and companionship to homebound seniors and the elderly. And I thought that sounded nice, and I told her that Sunday afternoon worked. Just give me the details, and I'll show up. But she explained that that isn't the way it worked. She explained that it was an hour commitment, once a week, for an entire hour. How long do I do it for? And I remember asking if there was someone who could fill in. Is it a month and then someone steps in? Is there this whole program? And she said, no, that's not how it works. And I was thinking, first of all, why did she ask me? Aren't there retired people in our community who had nothing to do and would appreciate just doing this? And racing through my head, and this is no joke, was what an hour meant. And I thought to myself, let's face it, Kerry Anne, you can't sit through Mass at St. Mary's. You walk out to the back after communion, you say a quick prayer, and you're out of there. And this person, whoever they are, is a complete stranger and twice your age. So what are you even going to talk about for an hour? But somehow I said yes. It came out of my mouth. And no, I didn't even need to consult with Ken, who was 90 at the time. I didn't need to look at my packed calendar, because I, after all, was looking to give back, right? And I often think about that moment because that one simple yes changed my ethos. Because if you think about it, God doesn't call the equipped, he equips the called. Evelyn Wisner was a World War II Navy flight nurse who flew into combat zones during World War II, pulling the wounded soldiers off the beaches of Iwo Jima. This is who I was paired with. Evelyn lived a life of bravery that we can only imagine. I was in the presence of an American hero. Together, we made a scrapbook out of her many awards, faded photographs, yellow newspaper articles, and even a letter from Steven Spielberg, who had asked her to be in his movie. We shared cups of tea, we shared laughter, and sometimes tears. And let me tell you something, when you sit beside someone, when you clear away the noise and clutter of your life and you're just present, an hour is not an hour. It's a window, and it's a bond, and it's a friendship that writes you from the inside out. So getting back to Larry's quote, the way I looked at life changed, because you don't think your way in a new way of acting, you act your way into a new way of thinking. When we step to serve, to care, to be present for another person, we don't just alter our own thinking, we create ripples that change the lives of others, and we have the power to change how the world moves. My time with Evelyn opened the door to so many others at RVNA Health, and I wanted to be more like the people that I was sitting beside at RVNA Health spring breakfasts and setting those tables. The people around the boardroom table, and yes, even the people at the bocce tournament. Although I really think that you will win. You won 2 years without me, so I don't know what's going to happen Saturday. But I'm happy to get. We won the friendship award, or it was a spirit award. Anyway, but the truth is, you're my family, and I want to follow in your footsteps because you are the heroes then and now. After 10 years of weekly visits with Evelyn, at the age of 98. My dear friend entered the final chapter of her life as one of RVNA's first hospice patients. I was by her side at Glen Hill Center in Danbury, holding her hand as she took her last breath. RVNA surrounded her with dignity and compassion that she deserved. An American flag was in her room. Patriotic music was playing. And with the help of American Legion Commander George Bessie, I planned her funeral. 2 female Navy service members rendered a final salute to one of their own. The solemn notes of taps and an American flag draped over her casket, paying tribute to an American hero, my friend Evelyn. Her story came to a close, but mine was rewritten. And I'll leave you again with Larry's words. You don't think your way into a new way of acting, you act your way into a new way of thinking. And it's time to act on behalf of RVNA Health. Thank you for supporting this organization that has changed so many lives, including my own. Please welcome Tom Pache, and he is going to lead us in our next round of fundraising, and thank you. I do love being here. Thank you.